My dear child, pause for a moment and breathe. I want you to hear these words with a peaceful heart, not with fear. You are not here by accident. Perhaps you have been carrying questions that you have never spoken aloud. Perhaps you have wondered why certain people changed, why certain doors closed, or why some situations never seemed to make sense. Tonight, I want you to remember this. You do not have to understand everything before you can move forward. Archangel Michael stands as a symbol of courage, protection, and truth. Imagine his presence surrounding you with light, not because you need to be afraid of darkness, but because you are learning how powerful it is to walk confidently in the light. There may have been people who misunderstood you. There may have been someone who wanted to know more about your life, but did not have the courage to ask you directly. Perhaps curiosity became distance. Perhaps silence became assumptions. Perhaps someone watched your journey from far away instead of simply having an honest conversation. But whatever happened, you do not need to live in fear of what others may think, say, or discover. Your story belongs to you. There were moments when you felt like nobody understood your silence. You smiled while carrying pain. You encouraged others while secretly needing encouragement yourself. You showed strength when you were exhausted. Heaven saw those moments. God saw the nights when you questioned your future. He saw the tears nobody noticed. He heard the prayers you whispered when you were too tired to speak them loudly. And now, you are entering a season of clarity. Things that once confused you may begin to make sense. Conversations that were delayed may finally happen. People who disappeared may reach out again. Opportunities you thought were gone may return in a completely different form. But listen carefully. When those doors open, do not rush through them simply because you have been waiting. Use wisdom. Use discernment. Let peace guide you rather than desperation. If someone returns from your past, you do not have to become the person you were before. You have grown. You have learned. You have healed. You can forgive someone without giving them unlimited access to your life. You can love someone without abandoning yourself. You can wish someone well without walking back into the same situation that once broke your heart. That is strength. That is maturity. That is freedom. Archangel Michael represents the courage to stand firm when fear tells you to run, and the wisdom to walk away when something no longer belongs in your life. So take a deep breath. Imagine a bright light surrounding you. Let that light represent God's protection, peace, and guidance. You do not have to fight every battle. You do not have to answer every accusation. You do not have to prove your worth to people who have already decided not to see it. Let your life speak. There is something beautiful happening inside you. The version of yourself that spent years trying to be understood is slowly becoming the version that simply understands who they are. You are realizing that rejection does not define you. Delay does not define you. Failure does not define you. Someone else's opinion does not define you. Your past does not have the final word. You are still becoming. And sometimes God allows certain people to leave because their departure creates space for something healthier. Sometimes a closed door is protection. Sometimes silence is preparation. Sometimes a painful ending is the beginning of a life you could not imagine while you were still holding on. So if someone has been thinking about you, wondering about you, or regretting how they treated you, let them process their own feelings. You don't have to chase them. You don't have to force an explanation. If a conversation is meant to happen, let it happen naturally. And when it does, listen carefully. Do not respond from old wounds. Respond from the person you have become. Your future does not require revenge. Your future requires peace. There is a new chapter forming around you. You may notice yourself becoming less interested in arguments, less impressed by attention, and more protective of your peace. You may begin to recognize which relationships nourish you and which ones constantly leave you emotionally exhausted. That is discernment. You may stop explaining yourself to everyone. That is confidence. And you may finally understand that being alone for a season is not the same as being abandoned. God can use quiet seasons to rebuild what the world tried to break. My child, you have survived moments you once believed would destroy you. Look at you now. You are still here. You are still capable of loving. You are still capable of dreaming. You are still capable of beginning again. That means the story is not over. There is a reason you have felt a pull towards something greater. There is a reason certain dreams refuse to disappear. There is a reason your heart still believes that something better is possible. Perhaps the answer is not coming in the form you expected. Perhaps your breakthrough will begin with a decision. A decision to stop doubting yourself. A decision to protect your peace. A decision to forgive. A decision to leave what is unhealthy. A decision to finally pursue the dream you kept postponing. Your next chapter may not arrive with thunder. It may arrive quietly. A phone call, a conversation, an unexpected invitation, a new opportunity, a new friendship, a fresh idea, a moment of clarity. Something small may become the beginning of something enormous. So don't overlook small beginnings. Pay attention to what brings peace into your life. Pay attention to opportunities that align with your values. Pay attention to people who respect your boundaries. Pay attention to the doors that open without requiring you to compromise who you are. That is where wisdom matters. Not every opportunity is a blessing. Not every person who returns deserves another chance. Not every emotional feeling is a divine sign. Test everything with wisdom, patience, prayer, and reality. God does not need you to live terrified of invisible enemies. He wants you to live with courage. If you genuinely believe someone is monitoring, threatening, or interfering with your life, do not rely only on spiritual interpretations. Take practical steps. Protect your privacy. Speak with someone you trust. Seek appropriate professional or legal help when necessary. Faith and wisdom can walk together. You are allowed to be spiritual and grounded at the same time. And now, my child, release the fear. Release the need to know every detail. Release the desire to control how other people respond. You cannot control their choices, but you can control your response. You can choose peace. You can choose integrity. You can choose forgiveness. You can choose boundaries. You can choose courage. And that choice can change everything. Imagine Archangel Michael standing beside you, not as a reason to fear what is coming, but as a reminder that courage is available to you. Imagine a sword of light cutting through confusion, not cutting people, not creating revenge, cutting through fear, cutting through deception, cutting through self-doubt, cutting through the old belief that you are powerless. You are not powerless. You have choices.
You have a voice. You have wisdom. You have survived. And you are still becoming stronger. There may be a person from your past who wishes they had handled things differently. There may be someone who realizes they underestimated you. There may be someone who finally understands the value of what they lost. But let that realization belong to them. Your responsibility is not to make them regret losing you. Your responsibility is to become the healthiest, strongest, most peaceful version of yourself. Let your healing be the answer. Let your success be the answer. Let your peace be the answer. Let your character be the answer. And when your life begins to change, remember the person who survived the difficult season. Do not forget them. Honor them.
Tonight, I want you to say these words slowly. I release fear. I release what I cannot control. I forgive what I am ready to forgive. I protect my peace. I trust God with my future. I will use wisdom. I will walk in courage. I am worthy of healthy love. I am worthy of peace. I am ready for a new beginning. Let those words become a declaration, not a magical formula, but a reminder of the direction you choose. Your future is not determined by one message, one sign, one coincidence, or one person's actions. Your future is shaped by faith, wisdom, choices, persistence, and the grace you receive along the way. So tomorrow, get up. Open the curtains. Take a deep breath. Drink some water. Make a plan. Do one thing that moves your life forward. Send the message you have been afraid to send, if it is healthy and appropriate. Apply for the opportunity. Finish the work. Take the walk. Pray. Rest. Start again. You don't need to transform your entire life overnight. You only need to take the next faithful step. And perhaps that is the real message you've been waiting for. You are not being called to live in fear of who might be watching. You are being called to live so fully that you stop looking over your shoulder. You are not being called to prove that you are special. You are being called to become responsible for the gifts you have been given. You are not being called to chase people. You are being called to walk toward purpose. You are not being called to predict every event. You are being called to trust God while making wise decisions. That is where your strength will grow. And if someone comes back into your life, let them meet the new you. If an opportunity appears, evaluate it carefully. If an old wound is reopened, give yourself permission to heal again. If someone apologizes, listen. But remember that forgiveness does not automatically require reconciliation. If someone disappoints you, don't let their behavior convince you that everyone is the same. Your heart can remain soft while your boundaries become strong. That is the balance you are learning. There is peace waiting on the other side of that balance. My dear child, the next season of your life does not have to look like your past. You can build differently. You can love differently. You can choose differently. You can believe differently. You can live differently. The pain that once defined your days can become wisdom that guides your future. The betrayal can become discernment. The waiting can become patience. The loneliness can become self-knowledge. The failure can become experience. The ending can become a beginning. And the person you thought you would never become may already be emerging. So don't give up now. Don't turn back because the road became difficult. Don't allow one painful chapter to convince you that the entire book is tragic.
There are pages you haven't read yet. There are people you haven't met. There are places you haven't seen. There are opportunities you haven't discovered. There are prayers you haven't even thought to pray. Keep walking. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep your heart open, but keep your mind awake.
And when you feel overwhelmed, remember this simple truth. You do not have to know the entire path. You only need enough light for the next step. May God give you wisdom when you are confused, courage when you are afraid, patience when you are waiting, strength when you are tired, and peace when you cannot understand what is happening. May Archangel Michael remind you of courage when you feel weak. May your home become a place of peace. May your mind become quieter. May your heart become stronger without becoming harder. May the right people find you. May unhealthy connections lose their power over you. May your purpose become clearer. And may you walk into your future without carrying every burden from your past. This is your reminder. You are not forgotten.
You are not finished. You are not behind. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are still becoming, and your next chapter can be beautiful. Before you leave, close your eyes for a moment and take one slow breath. Then say, I choose peace over fear. I choose wisdom over confusion. I choose forgiveness over bitterness. I choose courage over doubt. I choose purpose over distraction. I trust God with what I cannot control, and I will take the next step. If these words brought you comfort, let them remind you to seek God, protect your peace, and treat yourself and others with compassion. You do not need to chase a sign. You do not need to fear a hidden enemy. You do not need to prove that heaven has chosen you. Live with faith. Live with wisdom. Live with love. And let your life become the testimony. Your story is still being written. The chapter ahead is not about being watched. It is about finally seeing yourself clearly. It is about realizing that you survived. It is about understanding that peace is more powerful than revenge. It is about discovering that your future deserves more attention than your past. So walk forward, my child. Walk gently. Walk wisely. Walk courageously. And when the next door opens, do not enter because you are afraid of missing it. Enter because you have discerned that it is right for you. May you be protected. May you be guided. May you be strengthened. May you be surrounded by people who genuinely care for you. And may the love of God remain with you through every chapter still to come. Amen.